and I am here today to talk about the question that I get asked for people to come to me. Actually, for people who pay to come to me, have generally already decided. Hello everybody, everybody's coming, this is great. To people who have already decided that they want to change their lives, and if they come to me, they've already paid me, so I know that they're really invested in changing their lives. But what about people who haven't done that? What about people who are just out there and they want to do something differently, but they don't know what that is, or they want somebody to make that decision for them? So what is it that you're waiting for to change your life? Is it that you think that you're going to read the book that you've always wanted, and that question is in there, is that somebody's going to ask you that question that you want someone desperately to ask you, for you to be able to say, okay, I now know. What's it going to take? What are those questions that you want? What are those conversations that you're desiring for someone to come to you and say, what are you waiting for? What part of your life needs to be ready? What part of your life that needs to be okay? Do I need to have enough money? What happens if I've got so much money that I don't want to lose it? So I stay in the life that I lead. So in terms of, like, say you're in a relationship and you think, okay, I've got to stay in this relationship because I've invested so much time in it, and therefore I need to stay in it because that time's invested, and I know this person and I don't know what's on the other side. But you know that your relationship is not really on the higher scale of the 1 to 10s, which is always how I benchmark things. But the fear of actually going, okay, I think I need to do something different. What is it that you're waiting for to make that decision? What do you think is going to have to happen? Are you waiting for something to happen to you? Are you waiting for you to go out and seek somebody to be able to slap you around the head and go, it's time, now's your time? This is the conversation. What are you waiting for? So message me if you're here and say what it is that you're waiting for. What is it that you want someone to give you permission to do, to say, to be, to run, to change, to move, to be able to find something that you need to do, that you want to do, that someone's going to turn around and say to you, hold on a minute, Kerry, why don't you do this? You're clearly very good at this. Why don't you do that? What's that question that you want someone to ask? What's that thing that you've got to feel? How have you got to feel to be able to go, actually, I'm ready to make that next step. I'm ready to make that move. I'm ready to say out loud, I want to change my career. I want a new job. I want to go travelling for 6 months. I want a new carpet. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is that you go out and get it, that you say it. And if the fact that you say it or you write it down, just write it down after this. Just write down one thing that you want, and what is it that you're waiting for to happen for you to be able to do that. And then look at that and go, that's never going to happen. Like, so many people wait in a relationship, and don't have the courage to say this isn't working, and they're waiting for someone else to say it isn't working, and they spend 3, 4, 5, 10 years waiting for that person to go, this isn't working for me anymore, because they don't have the courage to be able to stand up and go, I want something different. I want something else. I want something more. I want the courage to be able to say, I want to stand up in front of people and ask them what they want. Have anybody asked anybody that before? I have to have my coach to do that for me. You know, she's the one that makes me go, right, okay, big challenge for you. You know, what are you waiting for? And you know, you don't always need a coach to do that. It helps, I can guarantee that. But what is it? And just write it down. Just spend 2 minutes now when you're on your lunch break and go, okay, what could it be? What do I want? On a scale of 10, do you love where you live? Do you love who you live with? Do you love what you do? Those three things. And thank you for the hearts. I love hearts. Tap the screen. What's the scale on a 1 to 10? What's the scale that you grade your life? And then just look at that and go, okay, that says 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. What am I waiting for to make it a 4.5? A 5? I mean, obviously, people can say, oh, yeah, 10 out of 10, my life's 10 out of 10. Bullshit, is your life 10 out of 10? Nobody's life is 10 out of 10, until, all the time. But it might have pockets, of course it is, But if your life is a 4 out of 10, or where you live, or what you're doing, or who you're with, it's like, just stop and benchmark it and go, right, what am I waiting for to be able to change this? Is it a conversation? Is it the fact that I have a conversation with somebody and they go, oh, I didn't know you felt like that. And it might be that could be it. That could be enough. Just one conversation. So I ask you today to step up and write it down. What am I waiting for? What does that look like? What have I got to feel like to make that decision, to make that step forward and say, I deserve this? You have to be selfish in your life for getting what you want. And that's not about just, pushing aside everybody else's thoughts and feelings. It's about honouring yours. And that's what it's about, okay? So today's Periscope. What are you waiting for? Write it down. Tell me about it. Tweet me. Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Kerry Hales Coaching. I'd love for you to come past that. kerryhales.com. Come join my newsletters. I have blogs. I have lots of things. But if not, join me again on Periscope. I'm back here next week, same time. And I'm also here on Thursday evenings at 6:30 GMT. Love you lots. Bye. Swipe down to